And I've been eating like 22 to 2,500 this past couple months.
Nope, sorry, lies. It's funny how these people who are morbidly obese, they think that we're idiots. Coach Greg, in today's video, we got a guy who's 6'5", formerly 660 pounds. He's now down to about 500. Clearly, he has been able to lose some weight, but he's suddenly hit a sticking point and he can't figure out why he can't continue to lose weight. Ethan Bernard, with over 400,000 followers on Instagram, he thinks that you're all idiots and that you're going to believe what he keeps on yapping. And so part of his plan was to prove to you that he has a slow metabolism. I mean, after all, how do you think he got so fat in the first place? Clearly, he just has a slow metabolism. His body, it doesn't burn as many calories as you or I, and so he has an uphill battle. It isn't that. It's the fact that he eats too many calories. Now, I'm not saying that he doesn't eat those extra calories because his hunger cues are just skewed. Perhaps he has more ghrelin, he has more fat cells, and so his body wants him to keep eating, and he gives into it, clearly. But let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He actually goes and tests out his metabolism, and let's see what they discover.
So if I didn't move, like if I didn't do any activity, I would still be burning 4,500 calories a day?
That is correct.
Wow.
And so his BMR, it's 4,500 calories a day. That's more than I eat in an entire day, and I do cardio and I lift weights. And so bro can just exist, and if he eats 4,500 calories, that's his maintenance. He has a very fast metabolism. It's way above normal. Normal people can't eat 4,500 calories and not gain an excessive amount of weight. But look at him. He weighs 500 pounds. The bigger you are, in general, the faster your metabolism. Why do you think men can eat more than women? Well, on average, men are bigger than women. At 500 pounds, he's literally well over double my size, and so does it not make sense that he could eat double my calories?
Learning I had a fast metabolism was the last thing I thought was going to happen today.
It was the first thing I thought would happen. I was 100% certain. I mean, you can't just exist. Tissue needs energy in order to exist. For every pound of fat that you have just sitting there, it burns about 2 calories. And when you're 500 pounds, you have 250 pounds of fat, well, that's a lot of extra calories. And on top of that, being a 6'5" mountain of a man, remember, that's not when he's sitting on his wallet. He's literally 6'5", the opposite of Coach Greg, who's 5'6".
So according to this thing, I am 50.1% body fat right now.
And so it's highly inaccurate. He's clearly more than 50.1%, but hey, it's a decent guess. Does anyone think that his lean body mass is 250 pounds of muscle? If you're 50% body fat and you weigh 500 pounds, 50% of that is 250. Does anyone think that this guy has more muscle than the Mr. Olympia champion? I mean, if this were true, he would be weighing perhaps 300 pounds lean. I highly doubt this is the case. And so remember, the in-body scam, it's just a guess. And so his body fat is probably closer to 55, maybe even 60%.
Which means I have about 248 pounds of fat on my body. And my goal is to get down to about 15%.
I mean, I understand having goals. Like, I would like to be in the Tour de France, but I don't make that my goal. I set realistic goals. When you're 660 pounds to start, you shouldn't be thinking, I want to get down to 15% body fat. Perhaps that's your fantasy. That's your dream. And what I suggest, halfway there. He's 50%. He wants to get down to 15. And so why not get halfway there? 32.5% body fat. That would be an enormous difference. Something realistic, because let's be honest. When you get to 600 plus pounds, your body isn't meant to be at 15% body fat. And so unless he's using, for example, a GLP, I mean, we have GLP Max available at HGLT supplements. Algorex could prescribe to you, for example, a semaglutide or tirzepatide. These are medical interventions that will reduce your appetite, reduce your cravings, and make it much easier to stick to your diet and ultimately to lose weight. And so for someone who's morbidly obese, such as this, I would strongly suggest that he considers it.
According to the test today, my body is burning 4,500 calories a day at rest. This isn't include any activity.
They suggest he eats 4,500 calories a day to lose weight because, after all, he's doing cardio, he's moving. It includes NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, just moving around, going for walks. He's going to burn a significant amount of calories. Think of it. He's 500 pounds. He's perhaps 3 times as heavy as you. And so if he walks a mile, he burns 3 times more calories than you do.
Notice how it says I should be eating 4,500 calories to lose weight because that would put me in a 2,000 calorie deficit. And apparently, I actually have a fast metabolism.
Ethan, and I like how this is in bold, your metabolic rate is faster than others with your same height and weight. And so even for morbidly obese individuals, he has the fastest metabolism perhaps they've ever seen. Very fast metabolism, and so for him, very easy to lose weight. When your metabolism is this fast and you're this heavy, if you eat a normal number of calories, you're clearly going to be in a deficit, and your body, it can't survive without calories, and so you're automatically going to lose weight. And I mean, it says your BMI is 58.45, which classifies you as obese. No, it classifies him as morbidly obese. He could lower his BMI by 20 points, and he would still be extremely obese. Bro needs to lose weight, and he needs to lose it now, or he's not going to be with us all that long. Guys who weigh 500 plus pounds and at once 660 pounds, they don't have the same life expectancy as other people.
And I've been eating like 22 to 2,500 this past couple months.
Nope. Sorry, lies. This past couple months, there were some days where he ate 22 to 2,500 calories. Does anyone believe for 1 second that he stuck to that diet? He never cheated once. There wasn't a single time where he reached into the pantry and had an extra cookie, cracker, ice cream, ordered in, went out to eat, went to a fancy restaurant, consumed extra calories in secret. It's funny how these people who are morbidly obese, they think that we're idiots. They think that we're morons. They think they can just say, no, I'm different. You know, my body does not obey the laws of thermodynamics. I don't know where he buys his copium, but I want some. I mean, it's working so well. It's incredible.
That honestly just leaves me with more questions on why the scale hasn't moved.
It hasn't moved because you're eating in secret. Stop lying.
But we're filling in the blanks every single day.
Yeah, we're filling in the blanks the way you were filling your friggin' mouth when no one was looking. Let's look at the comments. Or maybe, just maybe, someone's not being entirely honest with themselves or with us about the amount of calories they are consuming. I mean, what's more likely? That this guy has solved world hunger. That he has a magic mutant gene that allows him to move around without requiring energy. And we could harness this energy, we could imply it into vehicles. They could drive without gasoline or requiring electricity. It's magic energy, it doesn't require nutrition. I mean, unless you're from some parallel universe where the laws of thermodynamics don't exist, it's much more likely that you're just eating in secret or that you don't know how to track your calories.
The daily weigh-ins were probably the biggest mistake I've ever made on this channel, by far.
The biggest mistake he made by far was getting scientific feedback by weighing himself daily to let him know if he was eating the appropriate amount of calories. No, the biggest mistake you ever had was thinking that you could eat in secret and still continue to lose weight. I'm sorry. We're going to have to hook you up to a lie detector test and see if you'll answer those questions. Ethan, is it true? Yes or no? Have you ever in the last 2 months consumed more than 2,500 calories in a single day? You ain't passing that test. We'll hook you up to a lie detector test. Do you really think that this is bad to weigh yourself? If you never weighed yourself, how would you know if you're going in the right or wrong direction? And so anyone watching this, if you're trying to lose weight, you should weigh yourselves at least 5 to 7 days a week. You take the median weight because obviously some days are going to be lower and some days are going to be higher, but you need to track your progress. If after a week, 2 weeks, the scale is perhaps staying the same or even going up, you need to lower your calories or you need to burn more of them off. That's how it works. Doesn't matter how many calories you're saying that you eat. Doesn't matter how much cardio you say that you're doing. If you want to lose weight, you need to do more cardio or eat fewer calories. That is how it works. And so What the scale has allowed us to see over the last 2 months is that he is eating at maintenance. The amount of calories he's putting into his mouth is the same as his body is burning off. And we've already seen that he has a very fast metabolism. Even if he had a slow metabolism, when you're 500 pounds, if you stick to a 22 to 2,500 calorie diet, you are losing weight. Now, is it possible that 1 week you don't lose any weight because you're bloated, you're having some water retention and so on? Of course it is. But overall, it's tracking downwards. And so if you don't lose weight for 1 or 2 months, you need to change up your diet.
And I've been stuck right around that 500 mark for 2 months now. At the end of the day, I have been putting in the work. I've been going to the gym religiously. I've been eating in a huge deficit for my size, and the scale isn't effing moving.
Even if you weren't cheating on your diet, even if you did all of the cardio, you didn't stray one time, you are not in a huge deficit, as you put it, if for 2 months you weigh the exact same. By definition, if you weigh the same for 2 months, you're eating at maintenance. I'm sorry. And so you're simply wrong.
I need to take a step back. I'm done with the scale right now, man.
Now, instead of taking a step back, hey, you can take a step back and take a step forward. As long as you're taking more steps, you're going to burn more calories, be in a deficit, and lose some weight.
I know I'm doing the right stuff, or at least I'm told I'm doing the right stuff. Who knows? I have so many different professionals going, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that.
And the problem is you're not listening to those professionals. You're cheating on your diet. It's obvious. We know this. Now, the problem is we don't have a camera on you at all times so that we could see when you're cheating to know for certain what is going wrong. If we had that ability, if we put you into a room and we monitored you, we would without question see exactly what's going wrong.
And the only reason I decided to start sharing these videos this year in the first place is because I thought that if I did that and I was willing to document this journey in a brutally honest way, that it would help people. And I think it has. Honestly, I probably would have made way more progress in my journey if I hadn't started documenting it.
I'm trying to see the logic for that. I would have made way more progress if I hadn't documented my progress. So you're saying that by documenting your progress, having hundreds of thousands of people, being accountable to all those people, seeing the people every day wanting to cheer for you to help you to lose weight, that hurts you somehow?
Obviously, I have my days where I eat more than I'm supposed to, and I track those days.
Bro even admits it. Obviously, I have my days where I eat more than I'm supposed to. Yeah, and so if you eat 2,200 calories on one day and you eat 16,000 the next, it doesn't count as being on a 2,200 calorie diet. It's how many calories you eat over the week, month, or year. You average it out. And so for the last 2 months, you've been averaging maintenance. Do you get it now?
I'm not perfect. I've never claimed to be. And I'm not here trying to tell people what to do.
We're not saying that you're perfect, that we're perfect. We're just saying that if you were in a calorie deficit, the scale weight would go down. People want you to succeed. They would like for the scale weight to go down. Now, the reason I believe that it's not going down is because your hunger signals are too strong. And so you could, for example, start with GLP Max if you want to take something oral to reduce your hunger cravings so that you're less likely to want to eat. And if you need something stronger, of course, you can click the link in the description, go to AlgoRx. Doctors can prescribe you medications known as a semaglutide and or tirzepatide. Very effective at weight loss because the food noise, it goes down, your hunger cues are going to go down. And so essentially you're less hungry. And if you're less hungry, you're less likely to binge, to cheat on your diet. Dieting becomes easier. And of course, the cookbook, have you heard of this? Low calorie, delicious recipes for the big eater. High in protein, high in fiber. Make recipes from that. You eat, you're going to lose weight. Why? Because you're more full and you're going to eat less calories. It's as simple as that. Code Greg, 15% off.
I've been putting in so much work this last couple months, and the scale just hasn't been moving like I thought it would. And I know the scale shouldn't matter that much, but that is the number.
Well, the scale should matter a shit ton when you're 500 pounds and you like your life, because if that scale weight doesn't go down, your life isn't going to be that long. And I'm sorry to have to bring to you the tough love, but you're not dieting. You might be putting in the work, as in you might be doing your cardio, your training, but you're not putting in the work, as in you're not sticking to your diet. You've admitted that you eat more on certain days. You've admitted it.
And I'm just going to keep moving, and I'm going to try to get way more steps in than I have been since the back injury. But I am putting my all into this thing, regardless of how many people think or say otherwise.
The crazy thing is he's like, I'm going to put more work in. I'm going to put more. I'm going to do more, do this. All you have to do is not eat as much. Like, if you're eating 5 times a day, you eat 4. If you're eating 4 times a day, you eat 3. If you're eating 2 plates of food, you eat 1. It actually requires less effort to lose weight than to gain weight, because to gain weight, you have to actually eat a surplus. You have to put more food into your stomach. It takes more time.
Dude, look at my leg after taking the supplement.
Yeah, pitting edema, that's really good. Do you know how bad that is for your heart? Do you know what level of damage you've already suffered from? Do you know how long you have left on this earth? And you're 26 years of age. You're just going to laugh about how much water your body can hold. This is ridiculous. It's like bragging about how much drinking and smoking you can do. Oh yeah, look at how much carcinogenic items I can put into my body.
This doesn't even look human, bro.
You think the compression socks did that?
No, the socks bundled up. And then that created that divot, bro.
And we know bodybuilders using performance-enhancing drugs, and they get this. And what do you think that means in terms of your longevity? Your heart is not working effectively. This is not normal. If you get this, you should be headed to the emergency room to talk to them about it. There's something that needs to be done.
That's how much water's in my legs. They're literally pliable like Play-Doh, dude.
Unfortunately, I don't think that this case is going to end well unless he can swallow his pride and admit that he's not eating in a calorie deficit, that he's cheating on his diet, and go seek professional help. Just admit to the doctor, say, look, I've heard of these things called Ozempic or Tirzepatide, and I think that maybe I need it. This is exactly what this was made for. People with severe morbid obesity, his BMI, it's approaching 60. If anyone I've ever seen were to need this, he is a prime example of exactly what it was made for. And so if you're struggling with your weight, of course, you can get GLP Max, reduce your cravings by 28%. And if you need something stronger, Algo RX. It's going to be very simple. The prices are very, very cheap, about half of Merrick Health. And so if you require a doctor prescribe you various medications, please go and contact AlgoRx. Code Greg, 10% off. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Please like the video if you liked it. Don't forget to watch one of those 2 bloops. And of course, the cookbooks, the training books, the Circle diet book, coaching plans by me and my team. You can apply. Of course, click the link. Momentous clothing, everything. Go to the website. And until next time, I am out.